thanks for tuning in. I'm Mike Quebec.
And I'm Roberta Maas.
And the title of this video is the concepts and basic instruction for the smooth and or Hollywood style Lindy Hop Whip. Before we get into that, we better let you know what this is all about. This video is designed for those swing dancers who already have prior experience. So if you've already had prior experience with Savoy style Lindy Hop, or you have prior experience with West Coast swing, then this video is for you. If you just want to try something different, or you happen to like 40s and 50s music and you want to try a dance style that's suited for those genres of music, that's what this is for. This video isn't necessarily geared towards the raw beginner with no prior experience, because we just go over the concepts really quickly. We don't really break it down step by step. Now, for those of you who are raw beginners, or for those of you who know beginners, don't fret. We are going to do a step-by-step breakdown of the whip for raw beginners with no prior experience, and that video will be up real soon, maybe within the next month or so. Okay, so we're not letting you down, we're not keeping you out, we are going to cater to your needs too. But for right now, we're going to gear this one towards our fellow swing dancers who just want to try Smooth Lindy Hop and see what it's all about. All right, so let's go ahead and break that down. Okay, so the first thing you want to think about is, for this dance style, we have what's called a pike position. Basically, we have our lead feet in front, my left, her right, and we sink back onto our back leg. So for me, that's my right leg. For her, that's her left. And our hips are back. So this is a very different stance than what you would see like in ballroom dancing, like the international standard. And of course, modern day West Coast swing follows that. Remember, we have this stance because by sitting back with our hips back and our elbows into our rib cage, it creates a pulling feeling in our fingers. So we need that tension, because for our dance style, we tend to dance to faster music. Early rock and roll, jump rhythm and blues, and of course, 40s big band music, and particularly blues-based big band music, as well as rockabilly, and that's my personal preference. Okay, but because we're dancing to that faster music, with a shuffling rhythm, I might add, we need this extra tension, and we are slotted. Yes, it is slotted. Modern day West Coast swing takes from Smooth Lindy Hop when it comes to the slotted style. The only difference is we don't stay in the slot, okay? We do get off of that, but it's a good measuring tool. So that's the first thing, is the stance. Second thing, when I bring Roberta in for the 1-2, I have to guide my left hand to my right side, because I'm making it clear to her that we're doing just a basic whip. Okay, so when I do this, if I pull straight into me like this, well, her head goes right into me there. Okay, so that would be like a sugar push if I pulled straight in. Or we also have a reverse whip, where it's basically just exactly the same footwork. The only difference is it's the opposite direction. So I have to guide right here to my right pocket. Another aspect is I don't meet her halfway. I kind of stay anchored into one spot. Roberta comes into me. And the reason why, it's not because I'm lazy. Well, I am. But not in dancing, I'm not. It's because she actually needs me to be anchored, because Roberta, when you feel me pull you in and I'm staying here, you can feel that tension, right? It really shoots you in.
Of course.
Yeah, this is what happens. 1, 2, and I stay here, and Roberta really shoots into me. She drives her back right into my right hand, and that actually rotates me in the same spot. Okay, so, you know, I know that in Savoy Lindy Hop, you tend to kind of meet each other halfway. Okay, remember, you're in Savoy style, you're dancing to jazz music, so it's more rounded. For what we're doing is, since we're dancing to more rhythm and blues-based music, we are in a more of a straight line, and I'm kind of waiting for it. Modern day West Coast swing, you tend to kind of walk backwards into each other, like that. Again, because that's for slower music as well. That's for modern music, you know, like top 40 music, hip hop. We're not, for us, our dance style, we're dancing to 40s and 50s vintage teenage music, and so that's why I'm back here. So I'm here, I'm waiting, and that turns me around. Now, here's another difference too. In the Savoy style, they say, real men let the lady out on 5. Okay, and you tend to step back, right? Okay, well, in the Smooth Lindy Hop, real men rotate the girl on 5, reposition her, and then we let them out on 6, and it's not just letting her out. Roberta, I'm throwing you out, right?
Essentially.
Yeah. Okay, because we're dancing to faster music, I have to send her out quickly. On 6, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? It's kind of fun, huh? It's like a ride. You notice, though, this gives her options with her footwork. Let's say she wanted to do a syncopation, and we'll turn this way. You know, how about try that 4? You know that one? Yeah. Because I'm sending her out backwards, she can do footwork variations like that. Because I'm throwing her out, she could slide if she felt like it. She could do these kinds of footwork variations. And it's just a different style, but that's we are actually giving her options by sending her back. Okay? So that's another concept. Here's the next thing too. Before I send her out, I should have mentioned this earlier. I look in the direction that I'm rotating her. 2 reasons. Because there's so much force sending her out, I want to make sure that there's nobody there when I throw her out, okay? The other thing too is, even more important than safety, actually that's not more important, but when I look over my shoulder, that gives her momentum. That actually gives us even more momentum. When I'm looking in the direction that I'm going to send her, that even gives her more of a whipping action. That's why it's called a whip, right? Okay, so I bring her into my right pocket, I look over my shoulder, and I turn her. I'm pivoting Roberta basically on her right foot. Let me say that again. I'm pivoting Roberta on her right foot. So guys, you want to basically keep her on that right foot and just turn her. Good. From there, I send her out, and then as we do our triple step, we sit into that anchored stance. Though ideally, and sometimes it's never ideal during the heat of the dance, right? When you guys are exhausted and tired, but ideally we should try to stay in this anchored stance. Staying in this anchored stance too, especially when the music gets faster, it enables Roberta to keep her balance when I throw her out. So right now we're tripling. 2, triple step, pivot step, triple step. If we did the kick, we'll change that, and going even faster, she can still keep her balance because she's sitting. I should also mention this too, and I'm going to ask Roberta to turn her back to me. Can you turn your back to me, please? Go ahead and sit back, please, into your stance. She's got good tension here on her back, but she still has her balance with this anchored stance. Now, if she did it this way, now stand completely upright and lean back. Yeah, there's tension here, but the problem is, okay, really lean back. She'd fall, okay? And if I did the same, I would also fall. So that's why we have this anchored stance. So to reiterate the concepts for the Smooth Lindy Hop Whip. Anchored stance, straight line. Guiding her to my right pocket, I stay in the same spot. She rotates me around as we triple. I look over my right shoulder and I pivot her. I throw her out on 6, not on 5, but on 6, 7, and 8. We reestablish that pulling feeling by sitting into our anchored stance. Okay, until next time, thank you. I'm Mike Quebec again, and
Roberta Maas.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you.